And you know when they say zina levels ezinto, you only realize it when you start talking to people like Grant and finding out that he made his first investment at the age of 14. And I'm trying to understand, because we said earlier on that financial literacy is something that we need to work on as a South African society and culture. How did you make your first investment at 14? What was going on in your life? Were your parents in finance? What was going on?
Yeah, so my parents were definitely in finance, and they just taught me from a very early age how to manage finance. I still remember I think I was most probably 12 or 13 when my mom said, "We're going to the bank today and we're opening up a bank account for you."
Wow.
I had no clue what that meant.
And you went along with it and you went through the whole process.
Changed my life, yeah.
That's amazing. Listen, we want you to give us a call, especially if you are one of those parents who gives advice like that. Maybe you can help us help other parents out there get their children to be more financially literate. Now, we actually have a caller right now. Thank you, Mr. Producer. Hello, Anonymous. How are you?
I'm well, and how are you?
Very well. Thank you so much for your call. What's your question or your comment?
I'd like to know from the planner, with the country facing possible junk status, what is how does it affect our pension funds with investors pulling out of the country should we be faced with junk status?
That is an excellent question. Thank you so much. So what do you have to say to that, sir?
Yeah, I think it's a really good question, and it's a pretty loaded question, so I'm going to try to answer it as quick as possible. But basically what happens is the markets are already priced as junk status. So if one of the credit rating agencies downgrades us to junk status, it won't really affect us too much. The problem comes in when the second and the third one downgrades us to junk status, and that will be quite a catastrophic sort of situation, and it could take us 10 to 15 years to get out of the scenario. What that really means in essence is you might need to work a little bit longer in order for you to recover your pension fund deficits that could happen from a volatile market. But at the same time, markets go up, markets go down, and they recover. So you just need to hang in tight there and just make sure that you don't withdraw anything in a negative market at the end of the day.
Thank you so much for that call and that great question. I want to ask something about compound interest. I think it's a word that lots of us have heard. Albert Einstein called it one of the wonders of the world. Right?
Yeah.
What exactly is compound interest and how does it work?
Okay, so in layman's terms, compound interest is basically when you invest money and every single month you're getting interest on that money. So the next month, you're not only getting the money that you invested, but you're getting interest on the interest. Mm-hmm. So it's just a compounding effect.
Yes.
So if we take 1 cent a day, and if I said to you, let's invest, or let me pay you 1 cent a day for a 31-day period, would you work for me?
Would I work for you?
Yeah.
Never in your life.
If I'm compounding it.
If you're compounding it, so does that mean so from day 1 you give me 1 cent, day 2 you give me 2 cents,
yes.
Day 3 you give me 4,
That's
then
correct,
we go 8, then we go 1632. Yeah. Wow. Okay, and now we're working at something quite nice.
Okay, so yes. you're going to work for me, right?
Okay.
So if we look at the first 17 days, the compounding effect doesn't really kick in just yet. But if you go from day 18, then you start seeing the snowballing effect kick in. And if we look at the total figure of what I would be paying you after the 31 days, is about 22 million rand. So that's on average 700,000 rand a day.
Wow.
That's compounding interest. That's a compounding effect. And that's why Albert Einstein called it one of the wonders of the world, because it just gets carried away with itself. Now, the trick with compounding interest is you want to start as early as possible. What a lot of people do is they start and then they go through 10 years and then they stop and they restart. And the trick is you have to start and just let it carry on with itself and let the compounding phase come in, or utilizing that compounding thing. Because that's when you start making money work for you and not you no longer working for money.
All right, listen, we still have kept the number open, or our lines are open, 083-9133-728. And please share with us if you have good stories to share as well regarding retirement and how you went about ensuring that your future was in good financial hands. We would love to hear those stories, maybe gain some pearls of wisdom from them. But right now, here's what else you can expect on your Feel Good Breakfast show this Wednesday.